Hi, and welcome to Season 2 of Kilson Street with Suavecito Pomade. I'm Richard Bernal. On today's presentation, we have a band from Santa Ana, California, the Foreign Bodies. Good job, guys. The Foreign Bodies, everybody. We'll be right back after a short break. Where's the bitch?
Welcome to another edition of Santa Ana Tours. I'm Frank Valdez for Kilson Street TV, and today we're going to start the tour off at the Kellogg House, also known as the Heritage House of Orange County. It was named after Hiram Clay Kellogg, the infamous cereal tycoon. This house opened in, I don't know, let's say 1800 something. While slavery never really made it out west, the Heritage House made sure it did. Santa Ana's first slave plantation. And as promised, today on the Santa Ana Tours on Kilson Street, we're showing you where to get those whores. We find ourselves today in the infamous Harbor Street in Santa Ana, California. A lot to see here, people. Let's say you're a guy that isn't aware that the internet exists and have access to free porno. This is where you go to buy it. Spanky's, generic adult bookstore. All these places are where you can pay money in exchange for images of naked hot bitches. These two adult bookstores are conveniently located between two engine repair shops. So, as the mechanics get your engine going, Spanky's will get your engine going. Now, if you're the type of guy who likes to fuck hot bitches, but don't have one, these are the streets you go to.
All right, we're right here with the Foreign Bodies. And on this one, I'd like to thank Brenda Vasquez for making this pretty cool shirt. Check it out. From the band again, like we used to. And names and ages.
Mike, 31.
Daniel, 26.
Victor, 26. Luis, 26.
So, who started the band?
We kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just always jammed.
How'd you guys all come together then?
Craigslist.
Craig's listed an ad looking for a singer. We've been playing for about 4 to 5 years, and he responded to the ad.
Yeah, I just moved out to California from Massachusetts, and I didn't know anyone, so I was kind of losing my mind. I had a couple songs and stuff, so I wanted to start a band. So I went on Craigslist and found these guys. They had already been playing for, like you said, 4 years or so. So they put the ad up. The influences matched up, so I gave them a call and started jamming.
Why'd you move to California? Who'd you kill?
A lot of reasons. I finally had the opportunity to travel, so I decided to hit the West Coast.
Right on.
It's too cold, Massachusetts.
Do you guys play under a different name before, since you guys had played previously?
No, we had a lot of stupid names.
What was the dumbest one?
We mostly just practiced a lot, though.
What was the dumbest one? Big D and the Funky Bunch. Yeah.
So has the sound changed?
Yeah. We
Along
started
the
off
way?
playing a lot of different things.
Well, if
like
you had a
more-
name like that, was it funky and then it became what it is now?
No, I was like more like blues oriented kind of, and it just kind of like evolved in more like a punk rock sound now.
You guys just got angrier and angrier?
Pretty much. Well, he writes a lot of the songs. Yeah.
They didn't have like a real kind of goal for how the band was gonna sound. I guess they had a bunch of songs written, and I had a bunch of songs written, but I had a kind of a more idea of what I wanted to kind of like what kind of band I wanted to be in. So we ended up. They had a bunch of songs. I had a bunch of songs, and we Frankensteined a couple of them together, and kind of because their stuff was really good, and they liked the stuff that I brought to the table. So we Frankensteined a couple together, and then just went from there.
You guys like, well, basically now that there's direction in the band?
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
Well, before we just jammed just for fun. Just for fun, yeah. And then when we really wanted to really start jamming, that's when.
Yeah, they would play. I remember when I first tried out, they could play anything from metal to just blues based rock to like old school reggae type stuff. They could pretty much play anything. So that was pretty exciting for me anyway, because I knew that we could go in any direction really.
On the Craigslist ad, that seems to be a popular thing for bands now. Were you guys just looking for a singer, and where did that come about?
We just wanted to start playing shows, like finally start playing shows, because we had been practicing for so long, and we're like, what the hell,
Now, you guys sang in it previously?
No, it was just straight music.
No, these guys won't even do
Just
backup
instrumentals.
vocals.
Was he the first you guys tried out?
Yeah,
He was the only one
honestly,
that came, yeah.
but
And it just all fit together?
it just worked out. A bunch of people sent us stuff in, but he showed up, and we
He was the only one that showed up, and you guys were like,
pretty
fuck
much,
it,
yeah.
you got it?
Yeah. You're in.
you're in.
So how does that go? Do you come and he just plays a couple songs for you, or you guys just all have a jam session?
No, pretty much he had a couple songs written down, and then we just jammed off of that, and then we had a couple songs, and we went off of that also. But,
There's a lot of beer involved.
yeah.
After that, yeah.
After that.
So for what it is right now, what would you guys say? What would you classify the sound?
I think that we're just still kind of a rock band. I mean, the performance will, you guys will see like what we sound like. I mean, the influences are pretty obvious. Like,
what are
from
some of your influences?
I mean, like early hardcore, but like a lot of rock. Like, I come from more, kind of the Stooges, Radio Birdman, Rose Tattoo, AC/DC, that type of stuff. Just more like blues-based rock. And then when they write, it's more coming from like a harder, like more like Sabbath, more like.
Listen to a lot of Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of your other influences?
I grew up on punk for the longest time, and then after that, random blues and anything else after that.
Yeah,
but
we ended up getting this guy onto like metal bands, Metallica, Megadeth, all that stuff. I mean, this guy has been into metal since we were kids.
All right, you guys recorded a 10-inch vinyl. How long that take, and where'd you guys get it done?
We actually, I guess, weirdly, we actually flew. We all flew back to Massachusetts because I have a lot of friends there, and one of my buddies has a studio, Kevin Gibo. It's run out of his house, and he's recorded a lot of bands. And I knew that we would get exactly what we wanted in terms of sound, and we'd also get a really good deal on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to play a couple shows while we were out there with bands like The Prowl, some Western Massachusetts hardcore bands. So it was, we spent like a week recording and playing shows. It took a week for us to do it. We just stayed at his house, and it was pretty simple.
Did you guys have a time limit, or did you guys just do it in a week? Or
we had round trip flights. They were all, you guys all only stayed for a week.
Yeah, we had to come back to work.
So
come back before you get fired.
Yeah, the lyrics were done after we were gone.
Yeah, I stayed for 2 weeks and just did some other tracking and the lyrics after they had already left.
Yeah, me and him pretty much finished in a day. Like my bass and his drums were done like in a couple hours.
Yeah, it's a 7-song 10-inch. So
you guys like jamming more as a jam session, or is it easy for you guys to lay down track on top of track?
When we did it, well, we've done it a couple of ways. One of them was we played all together all at once, and then the other one was with tracks, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that we did it for the 10-inch was we tracked the bass and the drums at the same time, and then the rhythm guitar and lead guitar and vocals were all added separately. We had a demo that we recorded in Laguna Beach, and it was just essentially just a live recording, and then, it was just a demo, so that's what we expected. But I mean, the quality of the sound of the 10-inch is pretty phenomenal. So,
you guys happy with the end result?
Yeah, I couldn't be more happy. Yeah, we had great equipment to work with. We just brought our guitars out there. The amps were already out there for us. We were able to borrow drum sets from friends. So, we're very happy with the way it came out.
Gibo's great too as far as editing. He puts his 2 cents in about what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. So he helped us out a lot too.
All right. Any upcoming shows, or I heard you guys are talking about a tour or trying to go about it?
Yeah, we're trying to put together a tour right now. Even if it's just starting out, just doing a type of weekend, Thursday through Sunday, just in California. There's a possibility of one of my buddy's bands from Massachusetts coming out in the summer and doing a full West Coast. So we're looking forward to that as well.
All right, so where can somebody pick up the vinyl or contact you guys?
At our shows.
For contact through Facebook or Instagram, the Foreign Bodies on Facebook, the _ Foreign Bodies on Instagram. As far as buying our record, nargranderecords.bigcartel.com. That's GNAR, Grande Records. .bigcartel.com. You can buy the record there. It's $14 on the website. That includes shipping and handling, or you can come to our show and get it for $10.
All right, last, any band shout-outs?
We've had some bands play with us. They're real cool. Blasting Concept, Golly.
Yeah, they played our record release. That was awesome. We got a chance to play, like I said, when we were in Massachusetts with The Prowl. Oblivion Nation.
Bad Antics. We got to play with
Bad Antics, Lecherous Gaze. A lot of good Southern California bands that we've been able to play with. So, Half Goon, looking to doing more of it. So,
right on. Well, thanks, guys. From all of us here at Kilson Street with Suavecito Pomade, we'd like to say thank you to the Foreign Bodies, and we'll be right back after a short break.
Now, if you thought Santa Ana only had a bunch of poor Mexicans, you're like, where are the white people at? Well, they're here at this golf course, riding it around in their khaki shorts with their Callaway golf clubs and their Mercedes cars. This is the place they are. Willowick Golf Course, located almost centrally in Santa Ana, is where the who's of Asian people also hang out here. Known mainly for its midget groundskeeper, Willowick Golf Course has been in business for over 300 years. If the midget's here, I promise you, you'll hit at least par. Probably one of the only golf courses with a radio station right next to it, KWIZ, Gaywis La Rocola. You know you're at a great golf course when there's graffiti right across the entrance. There's even a fucking Goodwill right across the street, just to keep it real. So if you find yourself asking, where do I want to golf this weekend? Give Willowick a chance. It's right on par. So this about wraps up our tour of Santa Ana this week. Now viewers, remember, if you have any ideas of stops that you'd like for us to make on the Santa Ana tours, go ahead, put it down in the comments, and we'll make sure to check it out and talk shit on it.
And now the Foreign Bodies with the second song entitled Blank.